This is a guy named Josh Howerton. He's the leader of a mega church in Texas, I think. Anyway, he went viral not too long ago for making a bad joke, I guess. It was just like not a funny joke at all. And it just kind of revealed like the inner workings of his mind. And God, it's such a funny story. The dude apologized for making the joke. And it turns out his apology was plagiarized. It seems to me, anyway, in my opinion. Got to avoid legal battles here. In my opinion, it was plagiarized. So let me just give you the rundown on what happened exactly. Let me show you the joke that he told, okay? This joke that he told, this clip, came out in early April 2024.
This is a gold nugget of advice I was given by a mentor. Okay, so this is free. Can y'all handle that?
Great. Free advice. Thank you.
Okay, this is free. This is free, okay? Now first, let me do this. So let me talk to the guys first. Guys, when it comes to her wedding day, she has been planning this day her entire life.
Okay.
She got her first wedding magazine when she was 14. She draped the blanket around her like it was her wedding dress when she...
I mean, not everybody. In fact, I don't actually know that many people who were like that. I know a couple, I guess. Some people just didn't care. Like my wife, she didn't care what her wedding was like. She just wanted to get through it. Super stressful having to deal with the wedding and get, booking caterers and RSVPs. Blah, blah, blah. It's awful. Nobody wants all that. Some people, I guess, but I don't think it's common.
As a teenager, she did the towel over her head. It was a little veil, all the stuff. She's been planning this day her whole life. So here's what she need to do, man. When it comes to that day, just stand where she tells you to stand, wear what she tells you to wear, and do what she tells you to do. You'll make her the happiest woman in the world, okay? Now...
Okay, so I guess he's just saying work with your wife and afford her the opportunity to control things and lead the way on things that she feels comfortable leading the way on. Okay? I suppose if she wanted to do that, sure, great. She can lead the way, whatever.
I got an amen. Let's see if you amen this. Now, ladies, when it comes to his wedding night, he has been planning this day his whole life. So just stand where he tells you to stand, wear what he tells you to wear, and do what he tells you to do, and you're going to make him the happiest man in the world.
So stupid, dude. Oh my God. So that's the joke that apparently went viral. I feel there's a difference between recognizing an interest and strength in a partner where the partner wants to lead the way on something because they're really passionate about it, and sleeping with somebody. There's a difference there, right? And it seems to me if he's been planning this night his whole life, then it's going to last all of 15 seconds. I'm just tossing it out there. Anyway, this joke went viral. It's just a bad joke. It's not funny, really. It was just stupid. I'm not offended by it. It means nothing to me. It's just stupid. And also comparing normal activities that people do and showing interest in and all that other junk, that's very different than sleeping with somebody. Okay, whatever.
That's it, man. Okay. That was free.
Oh, I appreciate that free advice. That was the stupidest joke I think I've heard in a while.
Acts chapter 1.
Quick interjection, this won't take long. If you like what I do, I'd appreciate it if you watch the video to the end. YouTube bases video reach off of watch time, so watching even an extra minute makes the video go further. Liking and subscribing goes a long way too. Finally, it would be awesome if you guys checked out my Patreon. All links are in the description, of course. Okay, back to the video. Anyway, so it went viral, semi-viral, and he had to apologize. He came out and he did a whole apology. But it turns out he plagiarized the apology, in my opinion. Listen to what he had to say, or listen to this other pastor who did the apology first. This dude's from Florida, I think.
Church, if you got your Bibles, and I hope you do, grab them. We're going to be in Psalm 34, and as you find your way to Psalm 34, I just need to address a thing.
I need to address a thing. I'm going to address a thing, okay?
The Bible says in Proverbs 12:18 that careless words stab like a sword, and wise words lead to healing.
Says that careless words can stab like a sword, but that wise words lead to healing.
And what the Bible means in Proverbs 12, when it says careless words stab like a sword, it means regardless of your intent, like if I was careless with a pocket knife and it slipped out of my hand and stabbed you in the face.
And what that verse means is that, like, even if somebody had a steak knife and they like had the intent to cut their steak and their hand slipped and accidentally stab you in the face.
Okay, this is way too similar, right? For the record, I did not put this compilation together. I just want to give credit where credit's due and not be a plagiarist myself. The person who, I think the person who noticed the similarities between these two apologies was Julie Roys on the Roys Report. This seems to be the source of it, as far as I can tell. And she also tweeted out this video of the juxtaposition.
And their hand slipped and accidentally stab you in the face.
Church, I need you to hear this, okay? 3 things. I love you.
Okay.
I love you. I love this church. I love getting to do this thing together.
Hey, I need you to hear 3 things. Number 1, I love you.
It's so creepy and fake and weird. It's just awful. This is plagiarism, right? Didn't he just, lift this straight from somebody else? I feel like he should have mixed it up a little bit. Does he not know how to write an apology himself? Why would he take the time to listen to somebody else's apology and memorize it effectively, or at least write an outline to help him remember it, and then repeat it back to the church nearly verbatim? Why would he do that? Now, let's watch the whole apology in its entirety so that we have the full context here. This is him apologizing for that absolutely awful joke. Again, on the outside world, I don't really care about that joke. It was stupid. And it just revealed the inner workings of his mind. It revealed that it revealed how he views women. It revealed that he thinks that their role is only valuable for one reason, really. Kind of. It just kind of betrays a mindset. That's all. I don't care, really. I just think it's kind of a scumbag thing to say and do. But his church cared. That's why he's addressing it in the first place.
I need to address a thing. I tossed out a joke, emphasis word joke. I tossed out a joke at the beginning of a message about men and women planning their wedding days and wedding nights, and it became a thing. So let me talk about that real quick. I am not talking to anybody outside of our church. Frankly, I don't care about them.
Oh, fine. I don't care about you either, jerk.
But there were a few people in our church who had that joke, it may have just landed on you wrong. And listen, I'm a pastor. I love my sheep. So that even if I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to goof off, I'm trying to have fun. I like to have fun around here.
I swear I thought he was going to say, I like big butts, and I cannot lie. I don't know why. He said it exactly the same way as Sir Mix-a-Lot. Did he just plagiarize the words I like from Sir Mix-a-Lot?
I'm trying to have fun. I like to have...
Sounds like it, right? Doesn't it sound exactly the same way that Sir Mix-a-Lot said it? Quick note before we continue, I want to let you know I just wrote a book. If you want to check it out, owenmorgan.com/book. It's a book about my experiences within Jehovah's Witnesses. It's completely understandable if you know nothing about Jehovah's Witnesses. And if you're a Christian, it's a good reference to use for why Jehovah's Witnesses are wrong about their interpretation of the Bible. The last chapter of the book is 100 questions that I have for the governing body. I'm selling the last chapter separately as its own separate guide if you guys want to get that too. So check it out, owenmorgan.com/book. I'd appreciate that.
Fun around here. I want this to be a place where we have a little fun. I like to do that. So honestly, with a very...
Look, having fun at church, that's good. That's a good thing. Joking around, having a good time, it helps people engage with the message more. You shouldn't sit there and read the Bible verbatim and then try to preach this boring message. You should get people amped up and interested. It will stick with them better if you make the message interesting, if you mix jokes in and stuff. But make them at least a little bit good, those jokes, please. Because that one was just total garbage.
So honestly, with a very sincere heart, I just want to say this. Dude, if that joke fell on you the wrong way, I need you to hear 3 things. Number 1, I love you.
It's just painful.
Can we move on now? Y'all good with that? No, we're going to do that. That's what we're going to do, okay? Here we go, John chapter 2.
Anyway, yeah, that was his apology. It's just painful. Like, here's another example of somebody straight up plagiarizing from somebody else. Michael Flynn shows up at this conference. I don't remember where this was. I think maybe this was at, I think this is Hank and Brenda Kunneman's church where this might have taken place. They had Michael Flynn and True News, Rick Wiles' TV show, absolute conspiracy theory nutcases over there. They stuck this together. They discovered Michael Flynn doing this. He said a prayer at this televangelist's church, and listen to how it went.
We are your instrument of those sevenfold rays and all your archangels.
What the hell does that mean? Those sevenfold ways and all of your archangels.
Your instrument of those sevenfold rays and all your archangels. All of them.
I am here, O God, and I am the instrument of those sevenfold rays and archangels.
We will not retreat. We will not retreat. We will stand our ground.
And I will not retreat. I will take my stand.
We will not fear to speak. We will be the instrument of your will. Whatever it is.
I will not fear to speak, and I will be the instrument of God's will, whatever it is.
I mean, it's obvious that he plagiarized it, right? I think that's clear as day. What is it with pastors or just public speakers in general? Plagiarizing. I don't get it. I try so hard to list my sources and tell people where I got it. It doesn't mean that, like, the message I'm trying to deliver is any less valuable or valid if I got it from somebody else or if I got the idea from somebody else. I don't understand. I put like 107 citations in my book all through it. I don't want to plagiarize somebody. I don't want to copy them. I want people, if what they said is valuable, I want people to hear it and I want them to know where it came from. So yeah, I will copy it down in quote form. Or if I paraphrase, I will leave a citation at the end of the paraphrase. I don't get why people have a problem with that. And also, you can't say a prayer on your own. You can't say an apology. It seems like more work to memorize what these people said than it would be to just look up on WikiHow. How do I say a proper apology? These people just they blow me away. Why are they like this? Do they not know how to act like human beings, and so they're trying to imitate the only ones that they know? Or what? I don't believe the world's run by lizard people, but if I did, this would be part of the evidence that I use right here. Oh, and Kenneth Copeland's face. Those two things, I think I could convince anybody that the world's run by lizard people, though it's not. Anyway, insane, man. And I want to read just a little bit of this article from Hemant Mehta. He wrote about it on the friendlyatheist.com, Friendly Atheist website. This pastor's wedding night joke epitomizes Christian sexism. By the way, this is written April 3rd, 2024. An evangelical pastor is getting some well-deserved criticism after telling a hypothetical new bride to do what he tells you to do on your wedding night. Yeah, that's not a good way to start off a marriage, by the way. And it's not a good way to start off a sex life, I have to say. That's really, really stupid. I would say the most important thing is to just communicate with your wife in all things and in everything, always. Because guess what? She's almost certainly into it too. And you just sapping the fun out of it is not going to help your marriage in any way. It's going to make it a lot worse. Anyway, all right, let's read. Pastor Josh Howerton, who leads Lake Point Church, a mega church in Rockwell, Texas, delivered the message on February 24th. Oh, it was February 24th. For some reason, I thought it was in March. About 2 minutes into his sermon, he was talking about how the church had just sponsored a marriage night event. People who couldn't go were asking him what was discussed there, so he gave them a glimpse of what they missed by offering a gold nugget of advice. Oh, I see. To everyone in the congregation who is on the path toward marriage. Here's the entire segment in context. Yeah, and we listened to it. That's what's known in evangelical circles as humor, and what's known outside evangelical circles as a reason people no longer go to church. Yeah, again, I don't even think like the outside world was like offended by this. I wasn't offended by it. I just think he's a scumbag who he doesn't know how to have a healthy relationship with people, and it betrays how he views women. That's it. But the people inside the church, I don't think they were very happy with it, or he wouldn't be bothering to address it. Obviously, that wasn't his intention. I'm sure Howerton would condemn sexual abuse without hesitation, but the crux of the joke says so much about purity culture and faith-based double standards and what white evangelical men think about women. So let's talk about that. Yeah, it seems to me like the underlying premise behind all of this is that women don't enjoy doing this stuff. They are only there because you enjoy it. That's it. Oh, that's simply false. And the fact that he even told the joke makes me feel so bad for his wife and all of the other wives in that church. Hemant Mehta's right about the purity culture thing. The joke only makes sense if a few things are assumed. One, the husband-to-be has no say in the wedding, nor does he want any. It's her wedding day. Two, both people getting married are virgins. That's true. Three, the bride-to-be has no ambition in life other than getting married. It's all she's ever dreamed about. Four, the woman must do whatever her husband wants in the bedroom, and her own pleasure is at best an afterthought. After all, it's his wedding night. Yeah, so I'm seeing a flaw in Hemant Mehta's logic here. I'm going to highlight it so that you guys can see what I think Hemant Mehta got wrong in this article. Right here, her own pleasure, right there, that's the error. I don't believe that evangelicals are aware that that's a concept. So Hemant Mehta says it's at best an afterthought. No. I don't think it's a thought at all. I think it's just like they have no clue what's going on. Oh, those poor people. You got to feel for them, right? All of those are disturbing for different reasons. It puts all the stress of wedding planning on the woman. It suggests that the guy cares more about sex than the wedding itself. Obligatory, no less. It implies a couple must sleep together after the wedding, which is already stressful and exhausting. There's also no room in this joke for couples who aren't straight. Okay, fair enough. That's a good point. But it's that last one that's most damning because that mindset, as many ex-Christians will tell you, has perpetuated spousal abuse within evangelical circles. As abusive preacher Mark Driscoll once said, women were created to be homes. Wow, did he really say that? Please tell me he didn't really say that. He said that. Honestly, Hemant Mehta's never let me down. He's always been super accurate with everything that he said. And he even wrote the foreword to my book. So thank you for that, Hemant Mehta, if you're watching. Oh, we're just getting bizarre, disturbing quotes. Okay. From 2014. Oh, fascinating. Let me just read this for a sec. Oh, Mark Driscoll. Just when I start to muster an inkling of compassion for you, something else emerges. It tests my capacity for grace. This time, the news is from years in the past when Driscoll was posting to the church message boards under the pseudonym William Wallace II, or William Wallace II, I guess. Like Braveheart, the guy from Braveheart, he's Braveheart too. The posts from 2001 included the following quotes from Driscoll. Oh my God, it's bad. Oh boy, is this bad. Okay, I can't read all of this. Look, just rest assured what Mark Driscoll said was deeply disturbing. Sadly, I don't feel like I can go through it. Maybe I could if I had censored it beforehand, but yeah, it's just too much. Anyways, the bottom line is that Mark Driscoll said that women were created to be homes. It's the same idea that led disgraced former Southern Baptist leader Paige Patterson, this is Hemant Mehta speaking again, by the way, to once tell women who were physically and sexually abused that they should simply pray and stay and be submissive in every way that you can. Wow. Divorce, he said, was almost never an option. Patterson even said in that same speech that there was a bright side to marital abuse. The woman, he said, came to him later with 2 black eyes. She said, "I hope you're happy." And I said, "Yes, I'm very happy," because it turned out her husband had heard her quiet prayers and come for the first time to church the next day, he said. That is some psychotic. What the hell is happening? Howerton, this isn't Howerton, that was Patterson, another guy. Howerton didn't go that far, but telling a woman to stand where her husband tells her to stand, wear what he tells her to wear, and do what he tells her to do implies that anything a husband says must be followed. The bride in that joke, quote unquote, isn't allowed to say no. She's not permitted to chime in with what she wants in the bedroom. Her are irrelevant. No. Hammond, here's the problem. Once again, bro. They're unaware that this exists, okay? It's not an afterthought. It's just not a thought. Truly, I'm saying it while laughing, but I'm dead serious. Anyway, so yeah, that's really the underlying issue here. It really reveals like the mindset of these people ultimately. I'm not offended by it. It's not something that brought offense. I'm not offended by a joke. I just it revealed who you are inside and what you think. That's all. So good job. That's what you were aiming for. You accomplished it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Josh Howerton, he posted on X. So let's see here. Just going to zoom in on this puppy. Howerton Josh. Josh Howerton, a pastor at a big Southern Baptist church, is being called out for saying terrible things, which is fair. He's terrible, as are his words. But his church and that stage are very much his platform for applause. Sure. Is anybody, arguing that? I appreciate that he lets the evil in his heart come out of his mouth so clearly. There are plenty of churches like his. None of them are following Jesus. Okay, I don't think it was evil. I think it was just a scumbag thing to say. Oh, well, he says evil things aside from the joke. The joke wasn't evil. It's just stupid. Josh Howerton replies, the type of people who post these things will not care. Watch how they respond to this comment. No one will acknowledge, oh, wow, that's new info, but this is a lie. The person who originally posted this took an old preacher joke about marriage, edited out the comment immediately before, aimed at men, and then very conveniently ended the clip before it's made clear that it's part of a joke. Okay, I have not seen that clip. I got the joke all packaged into one, so I have no idea what he's talking about. Did somebody do that? They then deceitfully presented it as my advice to women, where if all you saw was the quote or the clip they selectively edited, you don't know it was half of a joke, not advice. Yeah, I mean, if somebody deceitfully edited a clip like that and just cut it out, that would not be fair. Did somebody do that? Is there evidence of that? I'm not seeing it. Did this person post it? See if I can follow the twit thread here. I was looking for the thread, see if I can find the original video. I'm seeing no evidence of that. Like, the guy responded to a guy claiming that he edited out, the first half of the joke, but he didn't even post the video, seemingly. Let's see, media on this guy's... Yeah, the dude has not posted the video. There's no video here of Josh Howerton. I searched for Josh Howerton on Twitter and got... all the results that I showed you. I didn't find what Josh Howerton's talking about. Nobody did this to him, as far as I can tell. Is this just fabricated persecution? I mean, it kind of, it doesn't surprise me to find fabricated persecution. It's just sad, man. All right. Anyway, let's read here. Gregoire later posted the full clip, but obviously full context doesn't make the situation any better. Oh, I see. Okay. So apparently somebody did post half of a clip.
Anybody that couldn't be at marriage night, what I would like to do is this.
Here's the entire clip. I see. Okay. 41,000 followers. Interesting. Where's the original clip that was posted, I wonder? Yeah, I'm not a fan of, deceptively clipping things if that's what happened. That's not fair.
Let's see if you applaud this. Ladies, when you get to his wedding night, he's been planning this night his whole life. So what you need to do is stand where he tells you to stand, wear what he tells you to wear, and do what he tells you to do. You're going to make him the happiest man in the world.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. You know what? Deceptively editing the first half of the joke out is not fair. But it's still a completely backwards thing to say. And really shows us how he thinks, shows us his mindset on this. Anyway, that's the situation. Let me know what you think about Josh Howerton. I just think he's really bad at telling jokes, and he tells terrible jokes. and he doesn't consider other people in them. And I honestly don't believe that he and the people in his church even realize that, you know, women are part of the equation aside from their one role in the equation on the wedding night. I don't think he even realized that. But even weirder than that is this apology that he plagiarized. That's weird, or seemingly plagiarized. Anyway, tell me what you think about it in the comments. Tell me what you think about the guy. Is he to blame here? And why did he seemingly plagiarize an apology? Tell me what you think.